Good morning. All right, let's see. It's Friday, y'all. I just decided to take my time this morning. I've been up. Yeah, I decided to take my time. I do apologize. All right, get my chair. All right, let me go back. You all have been on here chatting. Let's see. Receive it to Christ, Vicky Hayes. Contentment is a constant struggle. Yes, sometimes when we see the troubles around us, it can cause discouragement, but through the trials, we grow to understand. Job 23, yes. Without struggle, there's no progress. Every day is a struggle, and for anybody to resist the struggle, you're not going to get anywhere. Things are not made to be easy at all. Just the same as your struggle is not someone else's struggle, and be grateful because you never know what your neighbor is dealing with. Do you struggle with being at home? Vicky says, I used to, in all honesty. I grew up to be an independent woman, one who should get out and get a good career, house, etc. I was a feminist. Vicky says, it was hard for me as well and still is at times. We are raised to have a worldly mindset and that we are not living to our full potential if we are just homemakers. If you see yourself as just a homemaker, then you'll have that mentality. You know, though we are home, we're not just homemakers. In fact, I put myself on here. This is a job, so I was late to work. But that's because I work my own schedule. And that's what keeps me going. If I don't kind of consider doing YouTube, it's a hobby, but it's also a job. And if I don't keep that mindset, I won't do anything. And I feel that that would be selfish on me because I have you all watching and looking for encouragement and inspiration. And if I don't come to work, that means I'm letting somebody down. Obviously, I've gotten the phone was ringing. You all know I get to, I just get in the zone. I don't pick up the phone before a certain time most days. So, but yeah, I heard it. Sometimes you have to unplug. I don't like to get up and get on social media and on the phone and things like that. I just like to let the day happen as it happens. But now I love being at home. The thought of my children away from me in the hands of strangers makes me nauseous inside. These days are of trouble as such, at times, such as life, but I learned through trials. to be an overcomer. Vicky said, that's good. I thought you would be struggling with it. How many children do you have? I think you told me before, but I've forgotten. Don't get me wrong, when the days are not good due to a sickness, it's harder those days, but I know I have to push through. It's not about me, but the children. I have two daughters, 4 and 2. Says submit to Christ. Oh, sweetness. My granddaughter just turned 2. They're coming for a visit this Monday. Oh, grandchildren, another new phase of life. I tear up thinking that one day I may have to give away my daughters in marriage. Grandchildren are fun. I get to send them back. Well, not me, but my husband. You definitely want your daughters, wouldn't want your daughters in public school if you can avoid it. So Vicky, yes, it was difficult for me when my son got married. LOL, I have a problem with letting go. I wish they were still young at home playing in the yard. You think I canceled? No, I didn't cancel. And I didn't even come on to reschedule it because I wanted to come on. Yes, by the grace of God, they will not be going to public school, and I forgot to let us know. I'm not sure if she canceled. I can't reach her though. I guess not. I pray she's okay though. Thank you. Well, she opened the room. I wondered if she forgot. I didn't forget. I don't think she forgot. Usually, if she's running late, she posts a message letting us know she'll be starting late. Unless she was asleep. No, wasn't asleep. Oh, she didn't have to physically come on here to open this or whatever. No, you all did what you intended. You got a message saying she was live. Yes, I set the reminder. I'm not sure what's going on. I hope she's okay. I did. I don't have a phone number. I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave. I need to go to the store for my husband, and it's getting late. I was trying to decide if I wanted to still do the morning or the afternoon. So, yeah, because I think my 8:30 is early for you all, even though I'm up. Let's see. Jeremiah 29:11. Sorry, I was peeling an apple for my little one. I will make a note to read those. Ma'am, I must have called you like 50 times. So are you okay? My potato face. Oh, I'm sorry. And all the while I was just walking around saying, uh, they're waiting. Excuse me. All right. So, let me get back up here. If your homeschool child wanted to attend public school, is our topic. Submit to Christ. We care about you and your children's well-being. So that's why I got cautious when I didn't hear back anything. I was going to call the FBI. Well, thank you for caring. I won't do that again though. But yeah, like I said, I just was rolling with it. I got up, and then a little while later, Zion got up, and she was upset. She thought I didn't go to sleep, and I just kind of hung out with her. So I didn't want to mess up that flow. You all understand, kids come first, and got her some breakfast, and we sat down with her. And then the other kids started getting up. So I just kind of did that, and then said, let me come in here and get to work. So has anybody heard that? Has your child ever come to you with, I want to go to public school? How did you react? Hi, Leah. What's the matter? What's the matter?
This works now.
It works now. Did you finish?
No.
You didn't finish your breakfast?
Can we play out when we're done cleaning up?
In the backyard?
Yes.
When you're done cleaning your room? Thank you, sir. Who had these? What was he doing with them?
Cutting beans.
He's in trouble. You have milk around your mouth.
Yeah. Cut the toe.
Get down before you fall.
He is.
Say good morning.
Good morning. I see a ring.
All right. Go clean your room.
We're almost done.
All right. Say good morning, Zai.
Good morning. Lily. Leah. Stop.
All right. Go clean your room up, please.
Okay.
And then you can go out.
I was clapping like this.
You were clapping? Let me see Lily. Go clean your room.
I'm gonna go to cat. Layla.
One little one is missing. Oh, he came in here first. He left. He went to go clean up. So, I don't think so. Not that quick, because I know what was in that room. What is your definition of finished?
What?
What? Come here.
Yeah.
What do you mean you finished?
We did.
Tell me how you cleaned your room up, because I know I gave you improper instructions.
We put the toys in that box with the.
Okay, but that's not what I said. Clean your room, okay? First, you have connects on the floor. You have bristle blocks. You have zoos and Legos. Put them all in their containers.
And put them in the closet.
Put them in the closet. Pick up the scooters. Pick up the clothes. Put the clothes away.
Okay.
Pick up all of the beads. Make sure the blankets are on the bed. You have to spell it out because clean your room. They'll be back in 2 minutes. And that's something you have to do with teenagers. You can't tell them to go clean up or go clean the kitchen. Go clean the bathroom. It'll be half done. What's the matter?
It's still broken.
What's the... She's coming. Chill out. She's coming. Y'all are just not trying to let me be great this morning, are you?
I do jump. I jump.
You have a mountain of things to do. Here,
I see you later.
Layla, you want to go to public school?
Yeah.
What do they do in public school?
Work.
And what else?
See my grounds. Read.
And what else?
Later you're jumping. Later you're jumping. You're jumping. And then when the bell rings, they have to
Wait,
go.
come back. When the bell rings, they have to do what?
They have to go home.
Oh, come here. Come here. So, you have to get up early in the morning?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
You have to go to bed early at night?
Yeah.
And so you would like to get up early in the morning?
Later.
So, what about the other kids?
Later, see your spinner.
What if they're not nice?
I'll ignore them.
You'll ignore them?
Yeah.
So, what if your teacher gives you some work and you don't understand it?
I will.
But what if you don't? Do you think she'll help you?
Yeah.
No? Well, how will you do your work?
I'll do it.
You'll do it yourself?
Yeah.
So, what happens if the other children don't want to play with you?
I'll play with myself.
You'll play by yourself?
Mm. No, okay. Well, you stay out.
So, what if your teacher is not nice to you? What would you do? How would you feel?
Sad.
You would feel sad? Do you feel sad at home? No. So, what if you wanted to go outside at public school when you couldn't? If you didn't finish your work and the teacher said you couldn't go outside, how would you feel?
Sad.
You feel sad?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not a teacher.
Yeah. Zai, you like public school?
Babies don't go to public school.
Who's a baby?
I'm not a baby.
Yeah.
You're too big to ride piggyback rides. And Aaliyah's not. She's way light.
Shalom, Mimi, how are you? Come here.
Wait.
Come here, let me talk with you a second. You like to go to public school or you like to stay home? You like to go to public school? What is public school?
How about that?
Outside?
Yeah.
You like to go to school with other kids?
No.
I know that.
I don't like other kids.
You don't like other kids?
Because they're gonna make you go away.
They're going to make you go away? She's talking about her feelings. What about the teacher? Do you think the teacher will be nice? Yeah. But you would be sad if the other kids will make you go away? Yeah. So you like to do your work here?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. Can you go tell Aaliyah to come here?
Aaliyah was.
I know. We'll get her again.
Okay. Well, I knew I was going.
Why are you spitting sparrows in my face? Here. Here. Why do I have to
I said it for 10.
Oh, you said it too.
Because that's why it's not real.
At home, you see. Mimi says my kids want to go to public school because they don't do schoolwork. It's like recess all day. You know what? Yeah, we all know. It's a lot of correction. That's why they have homework. Here, the teacher's too busy dealing with behaviors and things like that, especially these days. You guys know that these kids are. You can't tell me anything because you're not my mom. School is, teachers have it really hard these days because these kids are. I don't want to say it, but there's so much gun violence and things like that, and especially the teenagers. So it's not at all safe. But tell Aaliyah to come here. He said Layla is fine with it. She is more independent and she would do what she had to do if public school was the case.
What?
What? Come here. What is this what business? We don't say what. We say yes. All right. Let me ask you a question.
What?
You're going to write some sentences.
Okay.
Don't answer what. Would you like to go to public school?
No.
Why not?
Because I do.
Hold on. Why not?
Because.
What do they do in public school?
Argue.
Argue. What else? Wait, you're out of my frame. What else do they do? Hold on. God, come here. What's the matter?
Come.
What happened? What happened? What happened?
Layla put her clock up the closet.
Okay. We'll get it in just a
They
minute.
don't put a little room in the closet.
Okay, we'll get it because they're cleaning up to go outside. Tariq, what do you think happens in public school?
I don't know.
You don't know?
What did you do the job?
Just a minute. Do you think the children will like you? No? Layla, do you think the teacher will help you do your work? Yes? So what if the teacher gives you something that you don't understand? What would you do? You don't know?
I don't know.
Would you like to have to get up in the morning in a storm and go to school?
No.
No,
Tariq,
not good.
look, these are the same. See?
Would you like to have homework?
No. Hang the picture.
So what would you do if you were at school and the kids were being mean to you?
Here's like.
Don't know. You don't know? Okay. Go finish the room. Go with Tariq so he can get your stuff out of the closet. Come here, Leah.
Where can I put the stuff?
Would you like to go to public school? You would?
Yeah.
What would you do?
Argue.
Argue? With who?
The kids.
Why would you have to argue with the kids? Because what?
So they can
You think the kids would be nice to you?
yeah.
What about your teacher? Do you think your teacher would be nice?
No,
If your teacher gave you some work and you didn't understand, what would you do?
don't know.
You don't know. Do you understand your work that I give you?
No,
You don't understand it?
no.
What happens when you don't understand your work that I give you?
Pop.
She said she get popped. When did you get popped?
Nah.
All right, guys. I'm not popping her. Do we sit down and work on reading and practice writing? We practice, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Every time you're ready to do your work, we practice. You don't get popped.
I do.
You got popped. You just said you got popped. I don't even have the popper.
Do.
Where? It's up
There.
there. I have to get her the side eye. What do you think they do at public school? Hmm?
I don't know.
You don't know. So you don't want to go to public school? Or you do? You still thinking about it? You change your mind? You do want to go? You want to know what it's like? But you remember you did go to school and you were a helper in your classroom.
There's no one.
Miss Pat and Miss Ashley. You like going to school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no badass.
No what?
There's no badass.
No, there's no bed at school. So she won't get to take a nap if she's tired. Okay. Go ahead and clean your room. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I have to check. Yeah. She said she was fine. All right. So, fresh this page. And that's the thing. I don't want to reteach what they should have learned in school. I'd rather be in it from the beginning. Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, they have had some exposure, with the exception of Zion, to school, but we have 2 and 2 on the vote. So, and it has nothing to do with the children. They're not um, wanting to be socialized. They're fine. We heard it from them. They didn't say one time, I want friends, or I want to play with friends, or, I don't like being homeschooled. It's just the experience of things. And that's basically how I raised them. We may not live a lifestyle accustomed to certain things, certain practices, certain beliefs, but that does not mean I don't expose them to it. Okay? Even pagan holidays. It's not that we practice it or believe it. I expose them, let them experience. They don't ever ask again. So I know a lot of moms that have taken their kids, they are having a hard time with them and they don't know what to do with them. So they get them up in the morning, walk them to the bus stop, just like a public school child, and then drive them to school. And let them get that experience. And sometimes schools actually will let children shadow in a public school. So, but after that day, you never hear anything else about them wanting to go to public school. So the main thing that I know that my kids are getting to is their freedom. They don't want to give up their freedom. And that's a big one. That I've always taught them to be not conformed. We need to be transformed. I have to use my own discernment. I'm not just going to hear them say, I want to go to public school. This is too hard. Okay, let's go to public school. And we're done homeschooling. That's not how we do things. See, it says if you let them experience that, what is it that you show them? Whatever they want to know. Whatever they want to know. If it's going to go and see something, I'm trying to get the experience. Disney at Christmas time. So they see all of the.
I'm not cleaning up.
Why not? All the decorations and all of the things like that. Disney at the 4th of July. Why don't you clean it up? Why don't you clean it up?
Because I want TV over.
So, I teach them because we're not, what am I supposed to do to it? We're not living in a bubble. We're living in the world. I'm not trying to hide anything from them or shelter them like that. They need to know what other people do outside the home because once they get out there, they won't know how to react to certain situations. Okay, go into the room. Mimi says, I do the same, submit. I teach them why we don't celebrate. Yes, yes. And just the same, when the older ones were in school, I went in and taught their classes why we don't do certain things. And it was the way the way you all see me teach my own children. It was very gentle because, of course, I can't, I'm in public school and I have other kids in my hands, so I can't force anything, but they understood. And there was another child, in fact, that also helped my daughter um, in her class, and we kind of did this, and it was a good lesson. I was very fortunate that they had a good experience learning. The school was very diverse, culturally diverse, and they incorporated a lot of.
She's just bouncing around with that thing.
Okay, Layla, would you like to clean up and go outside?
Yeah.
Okay, can you go do that, please? And it was to teaching them everybody's way was to let them know that even though we are different, we're all the same, and it really brought together that equality mentality. Faith says, are you considering public school?
He's at me.
No, don't throw the food. It's Friday. Mm.
This doesn't work.
Okay, we'll have to go get some more. Um, no, I'm not considering public school. I'm not against public school. I don't know what tomorrow holds. Okay, I don't have that mentality that we're homeschooled and that's just the law of the land because anything can happen. I have to prepare them for anything. So if they can see it, but when they do, I explain why it's full of darkness. Yeah, you have to, my kids know better. Ooh, yeah. They're actually taking over my chat. And on the same topic, there are children that have been public schooled and have come out of homeschool. What made you decide to take them out of public school and homeschool them? Anybody have a child that they took out of public school or children? What was your motive? I know everybody's different. Some children are sick, and they would be facing truancy issues and things like that. Some were the exposure to the ills, so that may be the reason. So it says, how do you address pride with them? With the little ones, we have not, that's age appropriate, and they're not at that age. My older ones kind of came into it on their own, and we've not had an issue with that. They have a lot of they have a lot of friends that are in that genre, and I embrace them just the same, close friends. So it's not something that we just, they're people, okay? Just because they're not like us or fit the mold of us, we don't turn them away. We don't judge anybody in their homes. Even if we saw it in the street, that's not our place to judge anybody. Like I said, if the little ones have not come across anything like that, if they do, then I would have to explain it, the truth. But we have not come across anything like that. questions you were asking them, do you prepare them for the chance that it may happen, like if they have to go to public school, and how will they handle that main teacher at job? I do. We do a lot of character building and things like that. And like I said, I talk to them a lot about other people and how other people, other children do things. And of course, they have friends outside. Well, now, but they know that other kids are not like them and they have to deal with it. And that's what they've been dealing with because the kids that they were dealing with were not so nice and they're not used to that. And they would most likely keep to themselves. Teacher wise, they know they would come to me and let me know.
Guys here. Guys here. Look. This one. This
I hope
word.
that answered your question.
It works.
They know we don't do bullying and things like that. So, yeah. They, they do this all the time. If they come across kids that are mean, they just walk away. They won't play with them.
Why the head go?
Hmm. Those friends who live that lifestyle, then we have to tell them the truth of the state. I said the older kids. The younger kids have no idea who that is. The older kids. And the older kids do know the truth.
You.
He says, all I will say is no, we don't judge the person. The act has already been judged in the Bible. Exactly. It's not my call to judge. They're going to learn the truth, but I don't per se call out people. I don't do that. We have to get our facts and go from there. Certain things, it's not our place to say anything. And my kids would correct me in a minute if they saw this. My older ones, if they saw that question about pride. I have to wait a minute. If I, was not telling you all straight how I handled it, they would definitely jump in and say, hey, this is not, how it went. But yeah, we don't turn anybody away. It's just discrimination. She has what? Yes, she answered my question. Okay. As believers, we are to correct them According to the Arizona, we can make righteous judgment. We can make righteous judgment for ourselves, not on anybody else. That is not our place to judge anybody else. It doesn't matter what it is. You cannot judge anybody. You may have an opinion, and everybody knows what they say about opinions. Everybody is not meant to be alike. And if everybody were alike, believed the same things, did the same things, then we would all be the same. It would be one boring world. It's just like racism. You cannot judge anybody. If you do, you have a problem. In the backyard. In the backyard. That's my belief on that. We don't pass judgments around here. We're not a perfect household. We're not perfect people. I'm not raising perfect children. We are living by grace, and we all fall short. I hope to find good finds at the thrift store in Goodwill now that the school year's in. Mimi, yes, it's a good place to go. Go thrifting and see what you come up with. I was just talking about this yesterday. I want to kind of weave that into this chat. The other side of this, if your child wanted to attend public school, is what if you, I don't want to say failing, but what if you're not equipped to homeschool? If you realize, can you recognize if you're not equipped? Because everybody is not equipped. That's the true fact. Everybody is not equipped to homeschool. And this is another chat I have coming up, and it's going to help a lot of first year homeschool parents, second year, but it can really help anybody. But what if you're not equipped? Okay, everybody cannot do this.
Mom, I want you to scratch it.
Come here, Zai. What do you do? Do you recognize? Do you know that you're not equipped? Are you failing your child?
Mom,
are you humble enough to admit that you are failing your child? Come here. It's okay. I want you guys to go. You can go. You need to go open the door. Get down, Layla. Do you want me? Okay. Do you want me to go open the door, or can you open the back door? You can open it. Can you open it? Okay. Your skin color, you have no choice to walk in sin. You do have a choice, but I will digress. Yeah, you have a choice to walk in sin. Uh, Mimi says I can really find lots for reading. Really? I always find the textbooks. Yeah. I guess it just depends on the state. But you all know I have shared Goodwill is on eBay. Any Goodwill, all across the state, every city, and it's going to be larger than what you see the selection in your store, in your local Goodwill. But you can pull up any Goodwill on eBay because what they do is they have one central uh, store for that state, and it's like the library. Everything goes into there, and you're buying from there. So I buy a lot of stuff on eBay from Goodwill. Good afternoon, Mommy Maxwell. How are you? Again, that's why I do eBay because I can find anything without having to go out and search for it. That's just too much time when I can just, type it up. You have to know what you're looking for, though. If you like Scott Forsman, you like Houghton Mifflin, type that in. You have to pay attention to what you're looking at. If you're looking at the seller, a lot of times you will notice it says Goodwill, Illinois, Goodwill, Texas, Goodwill, New York. Just pay attention. And then you can click and go into those stores and see everything that they I'm blessed. Pray everyone is well. Yes, we are well. Thank you. Have I ever purchased? Yeah, I do. I started with Amazon. The thing with Amazon is not as wide as eBay. And another thing, I don't think I shared that yet, but I said it in a chat. eBay and Amazon work hand in hand. So for those of you that say, "Oh, I don't like eBay," the sellers on Amazon are also having that stuff sold on eBay. I've come across the same listings, the exact same listings. Um, so it's all online. But Amazon, you don't get. I'm not trying to say. You really can't look through all the stuff. It helps on eBay to be able to look through when the people list the things. You can negotiate. You can't negotiate on Amazon, and you just cannot find everything on Amazon. But yeah, I always check. Sometimes I will check something on eBay. I'm running to Amazon and checking the prices, and sometimes I will get them from Amazon. Mimi says, hello, faces, of course, it's all the same. hmm you know how people are, though. I don't do eBay. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. So I sit, that's how I come up on all these deals because I learned, and I learned how to shop it. Because at first I was like, I didn't know how to do it, but it took me a while to learn how to get it down. Mimi says, I don't mean I find lots of stuff on reading, but I mean like MM7 gets on eBay where she finds lots of this. Yeah, I always look for lots. And negotiate. I negotiate. If I see a seller has more than, they have multiple items, That's how I got those brain banks, the Scholastic brain banks. I didn't pay more than $25 for any of them, but they're $125 a piece on the Scholastic website. But I let them know I want to buy not one but two, not two but three, not three but all. You know, that type of thing, and they will cut you some deals. And I've not had a bad, okay, let me say, take that back. I had one experience last month. I haven't shared the haul yet. I was buying the girls' dresses, and I found a really pretty dress. It was a brand new jumpery dress, and it was purple and green. It's a stripe. It's a maxi dress, really cute. I have a pink one. It's pink, yellow, and peach. And then I also found a green and blue one. So I think I'm gonna get the green and blue one. But what happened with the purple one? That's the one I really wanted. One day, a couple of weeks ago, I'm up, looking at my confirmations, and this thing says it was like 9 o'clock. It had been delivered. I had been sitting there watching because I knew it was coming. I go to check the mailbox, and it's not there. And I said, okay. I wait because one time that happened, and I didn't actually get the thing until the next day. So I waited the next day, and I didn't get it. The next day, I stopped the mailman and say, hey, because he brought me like 4 packages the next day that it was supposed to be there. And I said, you know what? And the pink one, I said, it should be about this size. What happened? You, you know, marked it delivered. I didn't get it. Where did it go? He claims he gave it to me. Long story short, I haven't got it yet. I talked to the seller because I needed to do feedback, and I didn't want to leave negative feedback. And it really wasn't coming from that far either. So I just didn't know what to do. And the thing is, it was already hard to find, and there aren't anymore. I've searched, and it's so pretty. I would see why nobody wanted to sell the dress, right now, because it's from a newer line. I can find the pink one. I even check different sizes. I will be fine with, a larger size, even a smaller size, because it's a maxi. But yeah, so I have been talking with the seller and letting her know what happened. And it was only, let's see, the dress I got for $6. The shipping was 10. It was a little more than I normally wanted to pay, but I really wanted that dress. And the fact that it is brand new Gymboree. Um, I let her know that if for some reason it magically appeared, I would let her know. She talked to her mailman a couple times, the post office. I never got it back. Nobody, neighbors never gave it to me. So it's a mystery. But the seller actually refunded my money. And I just, I had to, I said, bless you. She didn't have to. It wasn't a big deal. It wasn't either one of our faults, but she refunded my money. A couple times I've had incidents like that. But I'm able to talk to the seller on Amazon. You can't really communicate like that, and you might see something, buy it, and then it's not what you want. eBay is better because they have money back guarantee. Exactly, exactly. I bought things. Uh, I bought some curriculum one time for my. He was in middle school then, and I think it was about $40 worth or something. I never got it. I got my money back. So yeah, I've had that happen to me all the time. I purchased something on eBay last year. Oh, glue sticks. It was from Target online. I never got the glue sticks. So yeah, I got my money back. So yeah, I was trying to buy them in bulk, and I ran across Target because the first time I didn't get them from Target, and I didn't have a problem. But I see Target, you all lost me. I'm not doing that again. So, Buyer protection, yes, Faith. Buyer protection. And it says, yes, learning to shop. That is something I need to do. Yes. Faith says Amazon only covers sold by Amazon products. Yeah. Yeah. Let me go. Give me 1 second. Let me go check on the kiddos. Flies. I have enough flies. They're outside having an adventure in the backyard. So, he says, yes, submit. Submit says, I had to learn to look for bargains and sell. I used to pick up the first thing I saw. Yeah, especially with herbs in the store. It's so expensive, but online you can find it for cheap. Yeah, you can, but you have to. It just depends on what it is. I don't know. Kind of some things you have to see to really check it out because herbs, you're not really, you can search for reputable. You have to read your reviews and ask questions because you really don't know what you're buying, and that can backfire. So let me go back up here to are you equipped? Has anybody come into, humble themselves and come into the realization that they're not as equipped as they thought? I'm just going to tell you, I have been there. I have honestly been there. And it's so long ago, we didn't have online, we didn't have all of this. Um, I had no clue what I was doing. And I had a new baby. I'm talking brand new baby. And we were not anywhere near anybody family wise. And I just didn't know. I had help. We were in California then, so I had help. But I was thinking about what happened. Why did I end up putting her back in school and kind of supplement? I didn't just put her back in there and just leave her. There was a lot I had to do because she was already tested. Um, she was in a class, a 4-year-old, in a kindergarten classroom, but not doing any kindergarten work. But when I did homeschool in California, you are able to, the district, you use things from the district. They have this giant warehouse full of whatever you need, from Play-Doh to Play-Doh. Okay? So if you need Play-Doh, Play-Doh molds, books on Play-Doh, you go to there and you borrow the stuff and you take it back. Because I had a new baby and some little one, I was not really, I knew what to do, but I didn't really know. And the fact that the child was gifted beyond uh, the realm, I picked out age, her actual age level, grade level, when I should have gotten higher. And that's what I feel. Um, so yeah, she was in school, and it was just a learning curve. And I did not just, like I said, I didn't just put her back in and say, hey, okay, they say you're supposed to be in kindergarten. Obviously, the child was already reading very thick chapter books and things like that. And the teacher did not know. The first teacher, she had a first year teacher. And I told them I didn't want her with that teacher because that teacher didn't even know what to do. When I took her back, she ended up with a much older teacher, and the experience was much better. So I had to, work with the teacher. She was feeling kind of like Layla. I'll just do it myself. And so I told her, I said, she's kind of bored. If she doesn't do anything, just send it home. I'll do it with her and bring it back. And that's kind of what we did. Um, but she needed to be around other kids, you know, kind of type of thing. She was my difficult child. So, but then when first grade came around, it was a whole different program, and she was then she had to go to the third grade classroom and was around the third graders, but it wasn't so bad. They weren't, she was small, they weren't bullying her or anything, they were more helping her. But it was the same type of deal. I had to work with the teacher to do what I had to do at home. So, but yeah, sometimes you have to know when you need to throw in the towel. Is that child actually learning anything, or are you just going through the motions every day? There's a big difference when you set your goals and you evaluate these kids. You can tell every day should not be a struggle. You should see progress, constant progress. Faith says, I told my husband I need him to help out more with homeschool this year. Yes, delegate, delegate, delegate. Whoever, grandma, auntie, somebody. Mimi says, I mean, at times I feel like I'm not equipped, but I believe. Yeah, you have to have that belief. You have to know when to go get help, whether it's here or, there are co-ops around. If you're able to utilize your district, If you just sit there and don't do anything, you are failing that child. Some kids are able to go on their own, and the others, they're just going to continue to be behind. And so don't be selfish, and because you have this painted up picture of, I want to homeschool my child, I don't want anybody else influencing them, be smart about it. If I could not teach a specific subject or I didn't have time, I would hire somebody. So that means you have to cut out whatever extra, things that you're doing in order to afford that. Don't be selfish. The Somebody commented yesterday's video, the notebooks Tariq was reading from the science book, and they asked, said he reads very well. How old is he? You have to put time in. And you all know he's been reading like that for the past year or so. But you have to put that time in. It's quality. That goes back to when we were talking about buying things and thrifting. You're going to homeschool and you're just going to the Dollar Tree to get workbooks. That's what kind of education you're giving your kids. That is not curriculum. Those are workbooks. They introduce concepts and nothing more. So if that is your idea and you say that's all I can afford, that's what kind of education they're going to have. And homeschooling is not cheap. It can be done frugally, but it's really not cheap. The reality is it's not cheap. And I'm saying this because, this is by experience. I have taught you all how to homeschool with a spiral notebook, pencil, markers, whatever. But the reality is it's not cheap. You have to have things. There are ways to get things. You need resources. Whether it's online, okay, you're paying for internet. If you go to the library, you have to get your library card. You're paying for gas, or you're paying for bus fare, or you're paying for cab fare, or something like that. It's not cheap. And then you only get the books for a certain amount of time. So you have to speed it up. That's limited resources. Sometimes you may have to come to the realization that you are not equipped to teach that child XYZ. They're not getting it, and you might have to shell out $200-300 on a curriculum. Can you do that? You have to be real, and that's one child. And you might have to do that year after year, but nobody's really going to tell you that. They're going to say you don't have to do that. Okay, I'm not contradicting myself when I say that, but you might have to do that. Pioneer Academy says, I'm so glad to hear someone say that homeschool is not cheap. That is such a fallacy. Mommy Maxwell says, so true. Mimi says, yes, and their learning is my evidence as well. Yes, time is important. Yeah, and what, I was talking about in this room, when I look around this room, is only about $1,000 worth of stuff. Okay, that I've invested. Now I'm not counting the ink and the paper and the pencils and the the school supplies. I'm just talking about stuff. the books and things like that. And because you all know when I shared the hauls, I started out with the Goodwill and the thrift store, and our thrift store had 10-cent books. And so I was pulling up their textbooks for a dime, their math, their reading, whatever, for a dime. So yeah, I'm going to get all the books I can. And not everybody can do that, but you need to know how to look. And yes, I do have quite a bit of things, again, on thrifting. I shared about how we lost things. I would not have had to buy anything. A lot of their reading books stuff, Ramona and the African American books, just all this stuff. These are books that I've had to replace. I wouldn't have had to buy anything. This whole room would have been covered, floor to ceiling. Their books, my books, because we had books. And back then, I didn't even thrift. I would go to Barnes and Noble and just buy the stuff. I'm looking at the kids there in the front yard. But if you're not willing to go to the library and spend that time at the library, you need some resources. I'm not a fan of online anything. No Kindles, no ebooks. Um, for the kids, I use them for what I need to use them for. But I like to have the physical book. And so again, that goes back to money. You have to keep internet. The reality is, some people are struggling to pay their electric bill. Okay, it's just that's the reality. The internet is not a feasible. That's not the best option at all. If
Mom,
you have
going down that ramp, and when I came back up, I saw part of the potato truck.
Oh, okay. If you have a power failure, you're in the middle of a storm or something, and how you want to do school? Everything's online. Paper and pencil you're gonna have. Books you'll have. They says online public school is good for those who don't want to spend the money on the curriculum. They also do a lot of out and culture. Yes, yes, there are some good online options. So if just they're struggling, you're struggling, you don't want to have that outside influence, of the other children and things like that. I'm not going to say the teacher because I've heard of parents doing online and the teachers are not, hopefully that won't be the case, but go online, do it online. They send you everything. If you need the computer, they send you all of that stuff. That's the way to go. I also think it's better to focus on improving your homeschool rather than send them to public school because you will only come back to homeschooling. There's a reason you chose to homeschool in the first place. Exactly. Exactly. If you know that you were called to homeschool, that's your job. Okay? That is your job. You need to hold yourself accountable. Just because you may be the teacher, the authority figure, you may be the only decision maker, but guess what? You have somebody up there that you have to answer to. That's where you get your orders from. So you need to take it seriously. Remember, children are borrowed. They're not ours. Yeah, you have to know, what you need in order to teach the children. Spend a good time in observation. A good time in observation before you go buy things. Never look at somebody else, see what they bought, and say, I'm going to buy this. Things that I buy for my kids, I'm not being ostentatious or anything, but the stuff I buy for them is expensive. But I've shown you all how I get it for cheap. Okay? I have something I haven't shared yet. We got workbooks, $20, $30 workbooks, and I need more than one. Okay? Everybody can't do that. There's a sacrifice with that. I haven't shared with you all the sacrifice, but there's sacrifice that comes with that. Okay? I did share that I purchased everything that I need. I'm not buying any more curriculum. I'm not buying any more curriculum. And when you do that, you have to stick to that. You can't go and look at somebody's, social media. Oh, they bought this. Let me run and get this. You need to stick with it. I have a child that's graduating. We have to get to North Carolina next year. She's graduating from college. I can't spend out like that. I can, but I can't. Okay? I have a child graduating from high school. She has to get to college next year. So that's like a lot of money for us to have to pass around. It's going out the door. So I had to be conscious a long time ago and think, how am I going to make this work? Because there's no way around it. I can't tell the child, well, we can't send you to school because we don't know how we're going to get you there. We're not, to the point of knowing where she's going, but she wants to go to Columbia. So, and then with that, you have to get, uh, they have to have things to move away from home. So where they're going to come from, it's going to come from us. Even though they're big kids, they still need. Let's see. Hi, Joyland82. I want to homeschool next year. Would it be a good idea to do a trial run over the summer? Yes, summer is a great time to get your feet wet. A great time. And take your time with it. And I wouldn't say um, stop or, because public school is starting. Okay, we had enough of this homeschooling. Let's go back to this. It'll take you a while to get accustomed to this. This is a whole different, it's a lifestyle. Give yourself a couple of years to learn the ropes. They said, but if you know in your heart you can no longer properly teach your kids and you're okay sending them to school, do it by all means. Exactly, exactly, because you're doing your child a disservice. And then you yourself are unhappy. And that's going to manifest in your teaching. You're going to do it grudgingly. So they will pick up on that. Nobody's going to judge you because you put your child back in school. Do it. Shalom, Rakai, how are you? Everybody has different reasons. Many people. One of the spouses have become ill, and that's what they had to do. I know a family that mom became sick, and they put the kids back, and then they took them out, and then they moved a couple of times. It seems like in the past couple of years, and they just moved again. But they've been back and forth. And I think there was a new baby or two. But you have to go with what works for that season. Faith says right. Okay, says great. Thanks for asking. I was going to call you. I just needed to get in a slow place. But yeah, I am going to call you soon. I know there are a lot of parents that have more than one child. One of the children may be in public school and the other one is homeschooled. You have to do what is feasible, what is right. Some children are just, um, it could be a personality clash. Do you want a big scooter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big.
You're big now and you don't have a big scooter. She doesn't have a big scooter like the big kids. She has a little ride on car. And
My car is full it's not rich because it's old.
because it's old, yeah, I know you're getting taller. So yeah, we'll get you a big scooter, okay? We'll go see what's today? Friday. Tomorrow we'll have to go out because I need some things. I need paper. We need stuff. When you move, you need new, not new, but you need certain things. I need some light bulbs. I need to make a list. That's what I need to do. Some sockets.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, we need to go to the store. Okay. I need some. I'm trying to decide where I want to go. I need to go to Office Depot. Excuse me. Is it July yet? Yeah, a couple more weeks. But yeah, we need some supplies. I'm tired of waiting. Faith Kai says, LOL, I've been very busy. I can imagine. That's how I've been. I've just been busy. And then yesterday I had a visit from someone and I was on the phone and it just was unexpected, but I kind of went with it. Um, Faith says, I feel that the more I than likely send my oldest to public junior or senior year right now. Homeschool, more than likely. Okay, I feel that I will more than likely send my oldest to public junior or senior year, but right now homeschool. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing for the little ones. They are going to public school. I've already determined that. I don't want them to grow up completely homeschooled in this bubble, okay? Because that's what it is. I need them to transition outside of the house, and they need to do that before they go to school, to college. Just like I needed mine to transition to college outside of the state, they need to see the world. So I need them to transition from home, not just from homeschool out of state. I would like to homeschool all of them. I did on and off before. Kai says, when it comes to junior and high school, I will not send my kids to public. I will take over at homeschool. It's too much going on. It is too much going on. It is. And so I'm very selective about where they're going and for how long. I didn't say for a whole 2 years or that type of thing. It may be just a semester. But yeah, I definitely, with the bullying and things like that, that's why I'm so reserved. Um, the experience that my daughter had about that. But at the same time, I'm not a punk. I'm not running from nothing. I teach my kids. I'm not running from the teachers. I'm not running from the students. It's dangerous. But just the same as they would experience something in a public school, we could get that right walking on the streets. Okay, there's danger right outside the front door. Yes, I would like to transition from at least 1 year in high school, then on to college. Yeah, because if you send your child from homeschool to college, a lot of the kids take gap years. A lot of them are going to community college, so they're at home still, and it's really no different. But if you're sending your child out of state, you need to know that that child knows how to live amongst other people. If they've been homeschooled, they've just been sheltered. They're going to get into adult things and they won't have you there. At least if they've gone to public school or high school, they've seen other things, and at that point they know right from wrong. I said they need to know it's not about fashion shows and friends. Everyone isn't a friend and everyone isn't to be trusted. That's what I teach my children. Exactly. Exactly. Mhm. My 18 and 17-year-old have issues now with high school. So for my last 7, I will not be sending them to 7 to 12. No way. Yeah, you have to know your children. Use your own judgment. 1 second. Come back up here. Come back up here. Come back up here. Playing somewhere. Don't go out there. You stay right here. Doing something that you need to be. We're going to go back to the homeschooling is not cheap. Okay. Like I said, what happens when you have to shell out a couple $100s on a curriculum for one child? Do you all think about that? What do you do? You know, is that a reality? Or you just think what you see in these videos and these blogs is you're sitting there. You see people do it because they share it all the time. I bought such and such box curriculum. And you think, I'm not doing that. I've seen some, oh, I have a budget, we have a budget, and I'm only going to buy this. And again, you are setting them up for mediocre education. You can budget, you need to budget, but you want to go buy the cheapest things, but you can go and spend out on something that is definitely not needed. That's not going to work. Because I know if I was sending my child to school and they came with some dollar store workbooks, I would be upset. You pay what you get. I mean, you get what you pay for. Then he says not only middle and high, but elementary as well. Yeah. Yeah, middle school is not, I wouldn't send a child in middle school, public school, because they're in that middle age where they are still kind of innocent and just coming into things and they're learning a whole lot of things. And that's the information. you don't want them to get wrong. So I would avoid that. I would definitely go online school before, that would be your last resort. I said, I'm listening to make my children brunch. They miss breakfast. I hear you. I need to go and get some dinner in the crock pot. I'm making salsa chicken and some, I don't know, some Cajun rice. So true, true. Oh boy. I'm watching a kid out there. Yeah, that is reality. Your idea of homeschooling is smashed by having to spend money. Some people think homeschool, oh, I don't have to spend anything, but where you give up things like you don't have to buy clothes, more clothes. You're not having to buy, in my opinion, you're not having to buy more food. You're not spending more gas, but that money is going other places. And some people don't realize that. And then they're still trying to spend out in those other avenues. And they don't realize that the money should be going into the curriculum. I can see if you're using money for a membership to like the museum or something like that, but going to the movies because you're at home and you want to consider that a field trip, you can't do that all the time. Once a year, maybe, but you can't do that every month, especially if you have more than one child. The movies is not cheap. I live in a technology quarter, and math books and reading dollar store science pamphlets would do my child a disservice when she has to compete for a spot in high school. Exactly, exactly. Pioneer Academy.
Can you get a pack of Go-Gurt?
One.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really have to, you have to think about the quality of the education. Don't, short them because they're at home.
Oh, Lily here.
I try to find the best thing for them, the best thing I can find.
Don't let it
Just because we're at home, I'm not just going to settle for the library or stick them on the internet and say, here, we don't need anything.
Oh, yeah. Leah, bring me the Go-Gurt.
You have to eat at the table.
Okay.
Those are some questions you really have to think about. Like I said, people don't really
Layla, you forgot
talk about it. They will share the curriculum in the hall and things like that. But the reality is, we need to know what you had to sacrifice. That makes it a little more personable. What did you have to sacrifice to get that? Because I see it all the time in the comments. I love that. I wish I could do that. That type of thing. Be real. What did you sacrifice? And if you hear, a lot of families living with one car, that's a sacrifice. And some people, it's travesty. Oh, we have to have two cars. Do you really? I know a lot of families.
No, I want
Hold on. I need you all to come here. Let me help you open that. Or do holidays and things like that. Let me have those scissors.
I'm not getting.
Um, did you have to be so loud about it?
No.
Take advantage of that time.
He has to cut his Imaginext.
Grandparents, who is it?
Um,
Ask for money. Ask for curriculum
and 5.
instead of toys. Ask for books. If you do birthdays, ask for books. Ask for curriculum. Ask for the money. Ask for the museum memberships. And I know a lot of people that do that. A lot of people don't share that in their blogs, but that's what they do. They have outside help from their family. And sometimes it's a monthly, like a monthly allowance that they're giving to the kids, and that's what it goes for. Mimi says if I could if I needed to. Take it to the table in the dining room and eat it.
Look,
I see.
But let me see what
So,
it's good. Good. You got
it's about resources, taking advantage. I share with you all a lot of DIY, printable, free printable, and there are a lot of things that Aaliyah, Tariq, go to the table. There are a lot of things that I could buy. I just don't. There are a lot of things that I had. I'm not in it for a show. I will make the things and share with you all. I don't run to go buy the latest this or that. That stuff is not the real me. So I have to put a lot of time in. And that's what you have to be willing to do is, put your time in. That's why I say I don't watch TV. I'm in here probably laminating something. I have to spend an hour trying to laminate something or print out something. And it's time. You have this time you have to invest. So that's a sacrifice. And I'm not complaining about it, but that is a sacrifice. And I do share that with you all. Because you have to be here. You have to roll it up like that. I don't think I'll let him. Here, squeeze it like that. Take it to the table. And I was ready to say it escapes me. I have had comments. I have comments I need to answer. So if you all have sent me a comment and I haven't responded, good job. I'm getting to it. I've had so many, I haven't really had, usually I can do it within a certain time frame and I haven't really had that time. So I've been trying to catch them here and there. But I had a good one come in, and I'm going to do a video because this person had already asked me a question, and I owe her a video already. So I said I have two coming up. One is she wanted to know what to say. What do you say when you get rid of, clutter, becoming overwhelmed? And I actually vlogged some of that. And I told her I will try to get that up. So I'm going to try to work on that today. I don't know if I finished or it was just a little clip. I might come face to face and add some things to that. But I shared how to combat the clutter. And the other one was record keeping. And I know specifically for our state, um, was here in Texas, we're kind of lax. And it kind of goes with the clutter deal. We're only suggested to keep things samples for 2 years. And yeah, I had a lot from June to April. It was massive. It was massive. And I said, I'm not even that type of person. I don't like clutter. So, yeah, but I'm going to get on the record keeping and just give you all suggestions. I can't really, speak for everybody because it's state specific. You have to know what you are required. And most of the time, it's just a portfolio. So, and I don't suggest anybody keep everything. You can't, especially if you have 2, 3 kids. You're going to end up with a mountain of stuff. And if you're using, the work text and things like that, if they're actually writing in them, there's no need to save all that stuff. 3 and done. Nice to see you. I need to talk to you. But hope you all are well. Fire stick, keep the Amazon Fire Stick and all the movies.
Leah's telling the garbage man to stick his head in doo-doo.
Oh my goodness, that is not nice. But I can hear her. Tell Leah to come back in the house. What she's saying. I hear her. Yeah, those type of things. I know a lot of people use Netflix and things like that for documentaries and stuff. That's extra. Yeah, we do have Netflix and what is the other thing we have? I don't watch that stuff, but I'm going to because there's some things I want to watch. Hulu. A lot of the books that we're going to get into as read alouds are videos on YouTube. So that's another thing I do take advantage of. Looking for them, but we're not sitting here watching, using media as a means of schooling. We can read the book. We don't have to watch the movie. I like to follow it up with the movie. That really worked with my older kids, but for the little ones, we don't have to. It's nice to have that option. But they may watch they may read, we could read the book now and watch the movie later. But again, those are things that are those are things that should be gifted to you, not something that you think I need to run out and buy. Just curious, does anybody budget? Would anybody like to share? Please share how you budget homeschooling. And I'm kind of using the term loosely because it's kind of difficult to budget.
I'm not coming in.
But how do you determine what to purchase, when to purchase, what do you purchase,
I'm
how?
not coming in.
I don't want you out there saying bad things if that's what you're doing.
Let me go out.
I didn't say you couldn't go out. I said don't say bad things. You can go out. Behave. I mean, do you have a set amount? Is it per month or per week, or you just go impulse buy? Anybody? Put you guys on the spot. Pioneer Academy. I have a dollar amount for the year. I think of it like tuition. Yeah. And I know some of us are under charter schools, like in California, we get a quarterly stipend. So, beware if you're watching those type of videos, where people are living. If they're constantly sharing curriculum and halls and lots of stuff, that's not their stuff. They only keep the consumable things and they have to return the rest, but they get a quarterly stipend. So you're going to see, Rainbow Resources, um, you know, Lakeshore Learning, you know, things like that. And yeah, if you think of it like tuition, and I hear a lot of people do that. I try to think of what you do is you go to a curriculum maker, say look at well, not first grade, but whatever grade level curriculum that they have, really research it, see what it has to offer, what all is in it, determine, look at the price, and that's pretty much what you're getting ready to go do if you're not buying a box curriculum. So if that you're getting sticker shock, you see, if I can think of somebody, Sunlight, I think I'm looking at probably $808 or $807 for a first grade curriculum. That's a lot of money. If I had to do it, I would do it, but I can get that stuff, uh, you know, on my own without having to buy that box. So, but think of it like that, price wise. That's what you're getting ready to spend. You're not getting ready to go because I'm going to the Dollar Tree and I'm only going to spend $20. Who does that? It's good. The paper products have, introduced to concepts. But you know what? The Dollar Tree, be very wary of the Dollar Tree. It's a Dollar Tree. That stuff is toxic. Do not buy manipulatives, um, the paint, the glues, the that type of thing. Toxic. Okay? That stuff is coming from China. Don't do it. The paintbrushes, that type of thing. Mm-mm. I only get paper. Even if you're building using things for science, don't go get the measuring cups and the bowls and the things like that that the kids are constantly going to be using. The spoons and the mixing, whatever. Don't get it from the Dollar Tree. That stuff is toxic. So none of those toys, none of those blocks. Don't buy that stuff. I'm trying to think of something else that's popular. Oh, the dice. Don't get the foam dice. The big foam dice. Don't get the stuff from the Dollar Tree. You don't have to take it from me. Do your own research if you don't. But that's the reason why you don't see me buying anything from Dollar Tree. Pioneer Academy says we are not associated with a charter school, so we buy everything ourselves. Yeah, I agree. We have to buy it all ourselves too. Three and none says I agree with the Goodwill as well. Yeah, it is definitely you can find some great things at the Goodwill. You just have to look. Especially around the new year. That's when everybody's purging for their tax receipts. So you find a lot of good stuff then. And around now, everybody's cleaning house, so you can find a lot of good things. Schools have ended; they have discarded things, and a lot of times that's where they end up. Anything else I want to share? Does anybody have any questions? It may not be related to this, but something that you want to see, so that I can take note of it and answer it. It could be a future chat or something like that. I don't want to forget that. I don't want to just end the chat and forget to ask. So, Pioneer Academy says yes, Goodwill and the library store sales. Yes, these garden books are awesome. We're gonna be going to the library pretty soon. I know how my kids are. I know how my kids are with my books. So I mean they don't they're fine with them. But I know how they are. Their tendencies. So that's the reason why we don't do the library. When they get older, yeah. Mimi says I have a set amount so that I can impulse buy. Just kidding. Mimi, I believe you. I do too. I do have a set amount. I can impulse buy, but it's good stuff. It's not just I may be what was I looking for? I was on eBay looking for I've been looking for a couple things. But I was looking for something and I've come across some good things like that. And it was either a suggestion or it was just in that category where I was looking for something and not necessarily that thing. So yeah, I keep money so I can just play with it. I have an impulse limit like $30, and I can get a lot with $30. But you have to, when you're buying things, this is another thing about buying things. A lot of people are, I want to buy cheap, I can't afford. You have to know the value of things. If, like when I was saying, if you have to spend a couple $100s on something, You have to know the value of it. Okay? Don't just say I can't afford it or I'm not doing it, because you actually might need it. And it's probably more valuable than what you're willing to, the little bit that you're willing to sacrifice. You know, just be mindful of that. You know, homeschooling, I'm going to say it again, homeschooling is not cheap. You don't have to go by each and everybody, this, that, and the other. I copy a lot of workbooks or work texts. I copy. It just depends on what it is. I don't buy two of everything. A lot of the ones that I shared that I bought for what? Last school year? Don't put it on nothing. What is it? That's dirty. It's because I got them for $1. So yeah, I'm gonna buy them too. Or I'm gonna buy three, or I'm gonna buy four because I got them for $1. The like the little Evan Moore books, if they're $9 and $10, I'm not buying 4 or 5 books. I'm not doing it. That's, to me, is wasteful. Because what I found is we don't always use all of the, we don't even need all the concepts in the book, or it's not even what I really needed. And so we have wasted pages. But I always try to get what I'm looking for, for $1. Not dollar store, but for $1. Let me see. No, 3 and Dan says love the library sale. He says I need to check on the library sale. I want to go to the bookstore. I'm going to the bookstore to maybe tomorrow half price books. Just to look around and see. Oh yeah. Even though I'm not buying curriculum, I still have books that I have a list of books that I am buying. I'm looking for, and we will get those as needed or as I come across them. Like I said, sometimes I'm looking for something. I have, okay, this month I'm getting ready to get this. It's in my shopping cart. I go down my list and I'm going to get this. And then I might run across something else. So that's where that impulse money comes from. So, being done says we are trying to buy more African American books. Yes. Thank you for all the tips. Yes. Just hit them up, man. And I'm seeing on eBay, I can see lots for $30, $40, $50, $60. And I'm telling you guys, I would rather put my money there, even if it is $60, because those books are still this day and age hard to find. You want something that it's easy to go buy something. I'm going to buy Minecraft. That don't look like your kids. Why are you going to put $30 into that book? What? But you can't buy some good literature. Come on now. So if I have to spend $30, $40, $50, $60 on a lot of books, then that's what I'm getting ready to do. I see people bidding, oh, $30. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and put $40 and see what I get. And then I might have to go into my impulse money, but I'm getting a whole lot of quality right there. Can't get it at the dollar store. So, but, I've been very lucky to get, I can say $20. And, I've gotten just what I wanted. And I'm good. Because if you look at the price of one of those books, and you're getting a whole lot more. And they have to go find a book. Yeah, you definitely will get what you pay for. Mhm. What's everybody cooking today? What's for dinner? Because I had to know I was gonna ask them. And I appreciate the you all sharing, budget wise, how you do things. It really helps. And I don't, when I talk about things and come in and uh, give tips and things, I like for you all to interact. I don't want to just be the face behind everything because how I do things is not how everybody does them. Okay, I want reality here on this channel, and so I know it helps for other people to see other people, right here live, uh, and get actual, personable feedback. So I do appreciate that. Mhm. I'm looking at my child called me. Let me see what she wanted. Let's see, I text her. Let's see. Pioneer Academy says, I have spent the most money to build a great African American library book collection. Ancient Africa. I didn't, hold on. I didn't say call. I asked what you wanted because I'm on the chat.
Where are you?
I'm on the chat. That's why I sent you a text.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking at allergy stuff and trying to figure out everything. I'll call later.
You were looking at what?
Allergy stuff.
Allergy shots.
No, not stuff.
Allergy stuff. Why, are you at the
Yeah.
store?
No, I was looking online because I was looking for, I figured,
Oh, yeah, you need a bracelet. Oh, but you can't. Remember, that's the why I told you not to wear the penicillin one because of the nickel. You need one that's not nickel. That no, don't no bracelet. That's right. You, um, okay, I'm gonna find you one that's not nickel. You might just have to wear a wristband. Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, could be. All right, I'm gonna call you back. Bye. Um, African Latino diaspora, African American. The library can compare to owning these. Exactly. Yeah, I like to own my things. This, like I said, these are all replacements, and so I had all of this stuff. I had so much stuff. I was talking to her in a video not that long ago. I think it was one from last week when we were talking about. She was telling me something about somebody asked her about reading. She read Malcolm X in the 4th grade, and that's what's in that video. Yeah, she did read it. She read it in the 4th grade. I gave her the book, and that is because she had been reading already for so many years. So the content was not over her head. They were asking her, did she understand what she read? And some of it, not much of it, I did talk to her about, but the content wasn't over her head. Now, the average person is not going to give their child in the 4th grade Malcolm X to read, but she's not the average child. And I think she read Roots in the 5th grade. So, anyway. But yeah, you want to build, you want to get things that, put your money, things that are unique, things that do cost a little bit more, hard to find, uh, things that reflect what you look like, what you believe in. So yeah, you're going to spend out, and that's where it should be. That is exactly where it should be. That's why you see other cultures and communities, they keep their money in their community. They know they're buying, and that's what we need to do. Support our own and things like that. Three and done. We live in a tiny house, so we do have a limit on stuff. Yes, ma'am. That's exactly why I want to. I want to know how that's going in a tiny house. But yeah, you have to limit things, and I'm at the same point. You have to limit things. I cannot, you know, go out and just buy. Just moving. Um, it puts things in perspective. It's too much. I downsize. They may listen in, but they still may want, the 3 and 5 year old. So we're not finished with those books yet. 'em. He says, I am going to learn how to shop a lot on eBay. Yeah, if you go on eBay and you just type in African American children books, lots, you'll pull up, all of the lots. And it's a handful of them. And, you just look from there. You just have to constantly go back, because just because you don't see something today, there may be something next week, because people are listing all the time. A lot of time, this is a good time of the year to find lots on any type of book. Check teacher book lots, even though teachers have caught on. Teachers need money too, and I kind of I know the value of their books. But that is a good way to get a lot of books, because a lot of teachers are switching grades and they list their stuff on eBay. So this is a good time to find a lot of just any kind of books. 1 minute, let me check these kids. So learn how to search. And just, whatever it is you're looking for when you're searching on eBay, whatever you're looking for, type that in and search. And it will just pop up. You'll find everything you need. If you're looking for teacher supplies, type in teacher supplies. Teacher supply lots. You'll get that type of thing. When you type in homeschooling, you're going to get a ton of things, narrow it down, and because a lot of times when you just type in homeschooling, you're going to get the most expensive, extravagant, just, you have to weed through too much. Narrow it down. Go by grade, go by subject, material, if it's a teacher, resource, or something like that. Try to streamline it as much as you can, and that way you'll have a better selection. So, let's see. I guess nobody was thinking about dinner today. I'm gonna go in here and get my I said rice. I'm not making rice. I'm making potatoes. I'm putting it all in the crock pot. Yeah. Um, this child has allergies. I don't know if anybody completely off topic, but I don't know if anybody has an interest in it. But she hold on, I'm looking at. I don't believe I. She she's allergic to grass and stuff, pollen, and she's also like me, allergic. And my mom, we're allergic to all the sealing antibiotics. She can't wear a bracelet because she's allergic to nickel. So that's why I was telling her I need to. I just, I'm always careful. I'm always with her. But she only had one incident recently when she had to call me and find out what happens because she couldn't remember, uh, what happens when she takes penicillin or amoxicillin or whatever. But we always knew we didn't do the bracelet, but she was saying something about a bracelet. So I told her I need to find her one that does not have nickel in it. So I'm looking at a comment somebody just left me. This video is horrible, meaningless, and boring. Proud mom. Well, can't please them all. Let me see. And this is a top video. I got so many thank yous on this video. This is funny to me. People are just okay. It was on the planner hack video. Did you know how to hack a planner? Do you have one? That's what I want to know. Some people just have nothing else to do. But it was boring. Okay. Proud mom. And the thing is, they typed it all in capital letters. So yeah. Oh, but let me put a heart on there for her because she needs some feel good today. And yeah, I just put you out there in this live chat. Proud mom. She has an American flag as her icon. Oh boy, that's funny. Um, Rukai says tuna wrap. That's what I had yesterday. for lunch and the day before. That sounds good. And what I did was I got some Fiesta slaw and mixed that up with the tuna and had a wrap. Turkey hot dogs. We are having friends over. That sounds good. That's what the kids had for lunch yesterday. So, yeah. Friends over. That sounds exciting. Oh, boy. Oh, and I just dropped my phone. No, I am not going to delete that comment. I do not delete comments. I don't hide comments. Um, it is what it is. Like I said, if you want to put yourself up there, I'm going to put you on Front Street. So, but yeah, she judged me. The video was horrible. You didn't have to watch it. But then you went on to comment. See, that's the thing. When people don't get it. When you comment and when you thumb down, that draws an interest, okay? And I'm still drawing this right here. So, yeah, that's just funny because they want to see, okay, somebody said it's horrible. Let me see why it's horrible. Let me see why they thumbs down this video. Mhm. That's why I don't bother by letting you guys even see that. The comments I don't care about, but the stats and stuff like that is pointless. It doesn't mean anything. There's no people have nothing better to do. It's not that I'm hiding anything, but they don't have anything better to do. Same thing with sub. I'm very well up with anybody else you all see. Um, there's a K behind the subs, behind my name. That's all you need to know. There's K. So that means there's a lot of subs. And I don't really, I don't put emphasis on that. That doesn't thrill me. Oh, I got 5,000 subs. I got 2,000 subs. I appreciate all of you, but that number does not thrill me at all. The interaction, the feedback. In the beginning, it was like, oh, can I get I don't know what they say, the first 500 subs. Can I get that far? Okay, that happened, and then you keep going, then you get to 1,000, and then you get to 2,000, and you get to 3,000, and it's like that doesn't, you know, yeah. I don't know. For some people, they use that as a measure. I don't. I know how many people I reach. A lot of things are done privately with me. A lot of people are not on the comments. I communicate privately with a lot of people. So the number is just a number. It's just a number. So I don't want anybody to get caught up in it, but I'd let you guys see the case so you would know. Because for some, I get a lot of inquiries and they want to know if I have, if I'm um, if I'm marketable. They want somebody that obviously has a channel that is large enough to, put out there whatever it is, things like that. And yeah, I've been approached and I've accepted or turned down. I have things in the work. So that's the only reason why I let that show. And so we have to do I can't even think of the term right now. But you let them know how many your views and things like that, your stats. Uh, I can't think of the term right now, but yeah. So for peace of mind, that picture is on Instagram, but I'm not comparing myself to anybody or anything because I've been here for a long time, and it did take me a long time. One thing I don't do is buy. I don't buy subscribers anywhere. I just it's not even worth it. to do that. I don't know why people would, but popularity contest. If I had 500 subscribers, I would be fine. Because when I had 500 subscribers, I was fine. If I had 100, I would be fine. Yeah, those numbers do not thrill me at all. Mimi says, no, 3 says people have nothing better to do. Pioneer Academy, exactly. Mimi says, really? Then move on. Yeah, that's what I said. Move on. 3 I'm listening, just I'm just in my head. Yeah. And you guys know, I know somebody somebody pointed it out. They saw me on the channel. I'll go subscribe to somebody with 5 subscribers, 2 subscribers. It just I'm supporting them. I like what they have to offer. I don't discriminate on anybody. I might subscribe to somebody that has 100,000 subscribers. So everybody had to start from somewhere. And some people are just, they have subscribers because it's a popularity contest. The content is not even that good. It's just, because they're popular. So, but anyway, so I'm not worried. She won't watch this chat because my videos are horrible and meaningless and boring. I just thought I would share how not to go spend $50 on a planner. And you didn't have to. Yeah. All right. We are going on 2.5 hours. I'm getting ready to hop off of here and finish. I need to get these kids some lunch so we can get some work done. Like I said, we need to get out tomorrow. So I have to make sure I have everything done today that I need to get done. Pioneer Academy says, I know I have seen you subscribe to the smallest of channels. You are very supportive of the homeschool community. Yeah, and that's how I am with anybody. And it's genuine. It's not, I'm just because they have 5 subscribers and helping them out. No, it's not. The one thing I don't like is I don't like somebody to come over to my channel and do that sub for sub thing. I like to be real with what I watch and everything. I have to pray. Okay, I'm not that I'm not watching you all or I'm not watching the community because you all see I comment.
Saw it on the porch.
But I have to pray over what I watch when I'm sent to watch something. I cannot watch everything because some things are just not meant for you to watch. The the type of video it is, the content, that's just not something I'm into. Even though you may support me, it just may be something that I'm not into. But I don't like to, you subscribe to me because I subscribe to you. I don't like that. If you want me to subscribe to you, you need to be somebody that has something that is of interest. You should have been following me for a long time. Don't just come to my channel and do that sub for sub thing. I'm not in it. I had to build my channel on my own. I've never done that. Build your channel on your own. So, everybody starts out with one. If I had 1 subscriber, then so be it. If I have 1 subscriber for 5 years, so be it.
Mom, can we have some of this?
You can have, wash your hands.
Hey.
Come here. Go wash your hands first. A bowl full of sugar. That's what you want. I want a bowl full of sugar too. Just got my fruit platter. You guys ate most of it. There's a little bit of melon left. Some pineapple. Yes.
It fell on the toilet.
What?
The soap. I was trying to get the other vessel and it slipped off and fell in the toilet.
The bar?
No, this. The soap.
Okay, put it on the counter.
Okay.
I will I'll clean it. It's empty anyway. Wash your hands. Get the bar. Pineapple. Whew.
I gotta go get the food.
Okay, go get it. They have long food. I don't know how many things. Pineapple. Strawberries, blueberries. You got a bowl?
Strawberries, blueberries, pineapple, and
Here.
mangoes. And grapes.
You're gonna have to split those strawberries. Something else. Oh, I can't even spell it. Oh no, there's 4.
What they cut the
We
stem
have
off?
so that you can just eat it like this. Cherries. What did I buy that at? Oh, the strawberries. I'm allergic to strawberries, but I did have a couple, and they were so good. Just perfectly right.
I like pineapple. Put pineapples in it. Yeah.
I'm going to give you pineapple. Hold on. You can have this big piece. Here. Are you smacking in my ear for real?
No.
Here.
Some of these grape blueberries are sour.
Are they? Okay. You're gonna take this. Oh, that grape is sour. I think the other ones are sweet. The rest of the fruit was sweet. That was sour. What else do we have in there? You ate all the kiwi, but we have some kiwi.
Kiwi?
And pears. Here, Layla, go put that back in the refrigerator.
I'll show where it was.
All right. I'm gonna get off of here and get them some lunch. Give me something to eat because this is the first thing I've had. It's pineapple. So I probably won't eat anything until later, but it just depends. This says, oh, that's funny. That comment I was talking about disappeared. Because it's not, I was looking at it on my notifications on my phone and it was there. And then on my screen, on my computer screen, it's gone. So, yeah. You can have a business judging me in the first place. Don't like it, don't watch it. But let me hop off of here and Sunday, I'll be back Sunday with something. Yeah, I'll come back on Sunday, and I won't be tardy to the party this time. I will schedule something out probably later on today or tomorrow. That way we can all be here. But thank you all for coming in, and hopefully everybody kind of took away, some things from this. Because it's serious, it's something serious to think about, and not everybody really looks at this objectively, kids may have to go back to school due to certain circumstances. Uh, and just the reality of homeschooling is not cheap. It's not to scare anybody, but it can be done. It can be done on the smallest income. You just have to know what to do. You have to humble yourself and accept the help. You have to know how to ask. So, Jordan 82. All right, everybody. I will see you all on Sunday. Peace. Have a good weekend. Thank you all for joining.